Hi, this is Naomi with Sword and Steel, and I have an early copy of the Soulblight Gravelords Death Battle Tome, courtesy of Games Workshop. They gave it to me to review and enjoy for you guys as well, and I have picked 5 things that I think you should know about this army and the Battle Tome, and I'm going to share them with you today. So not only does the Battle Tome carry all of the lore for Age of Sigmar vampires, it also has the lore behind the realm of Shaiish, or realm of darkness, that they are residing on, as well as the god of the undead himself, Nagash, and how he saw the history between himself and Sigmar, among other tales during the time of Age of Sigmar. Now, Nagash has such a big role on the Vampire Lords, not only because he commands them, but now he can be a part of their army. That's right, the Lord himself, the Lord of the Undead himself, can play as a Soulblight Gravelord, and he is a second general to a general that you choose. And not only is Nagash a second general, but much of the lords and ladies heroes of this army are generals in addition to the general that you choose. So keep that in mind when you're looking through your command traits and dealing with general auras when you're playing, because they will be much more plentiful than normal within this army. If you're at all familiar with Age of Sigmar gameplay, you know that there are often options to hold back units and deploy them later in the game. One useful thing about holding back your models is that you can place them closer to crucial objectives and crucial enemy units that you want to take out fast. Having the ability to place your models more than 9 inches away from enemy units at the end of a movement phase allows you to possibly charge in and slaughter the unknowing enemies. Now, this is not unique to Soulblight Gravelords. However, Soulblight Gravelords have the ability in various areas to reroll charge rolls, making it much more likely for them to succeed in charging the enemy. And not only do they have reroll charge rolls, but several units have the ability or the artifact to add to your charge roll as well. The next thing I noticed was that most everyone who is a hero is also a wizard, which is cool because one of the allegiance abilities allows your wizards, when they have a casting roll of 9 or greater, to use the spell's effects again. Now you say 9 or greater is not that often. Well, you're right, but there are ways to not only re-roll casting rolls, not necessarily failed casting rolls, but reroll casting rolls in this army to give you a better chance of getting that 9 or better. And there is an artifact in one of the sub-factions that you can choose that adds 2 to the casting rolls, and getting a 7 or more on your casting rolls, in addition to possibly being able to reroll your casting roll, certainly makes that ability much more likely to happen, and you can be casting off spells left, right, and center. Also, all wizards have a healing spell, Invigorating Aura. Not only does every wizard know this spell, but they can cast it even if another wizard has cast it in the same hero phase. So, oh my goodness, you are going to be having a rough time if you're against Vampire Lords, because their healing abilities are extreme. That brings us to healing. Oh my goodness, there is so much healing and returning from the dead in this army. Not only was Invigorating Aura the spell that you can use on everyone, but a lot of units and even the allegiance abilities of the Soulblight Gravelords themselves allow you to heal and or bring back models to your units. Now, this suggests that you should try to have units that are larger. those zombie hordes and skeleton hordes, not only do they work better when they are larger, but it means that you will be able to keep them on the battlefield. You cannot return slain models to units that don't exist anymore, so make certain your units are nice and big so that you will always have them, because it's going to be very difficult for your opponents to slay enough of them if they keep coming back, which is what they're going to do in many different ways. It's gonna be great. Or terrible, whichever side you're on. One interesting thing I found in specifically the Varkos dynasty is a little command trait called Hunter's Snare. While your hordes are busy wreaking havoc somewhere else or on another objective, you can choose a high wounds character to wield the Hunter's Snare and seize that objective and keep that objective all by himself. So the Hunter's Snare says, if this general contests an objective, the number of models this general counts as is equal to their wounds characteristic. Now this is a Varkos dynasty general only. However, remember, you can still have your fancy smancy general, because they're probably a general in addition to the one that you choose for this ability. I personally think that the Vangorian Lord would be a perfect choice for this. He's a 10 wounds model. He heals himself. He can heal other people. He's a wizard, of course, so he's got heals beyond that. And oh my goodness, can you imagine having to face off against him? As you can see, he's got 3 different attack weapons. That's 7 plus d6 different attacks. So when your opponent's models come in to try and take the objective, he's counts as 10 models for securing that objective, and he is going to be a beast to try and fight against. I very much enjoy this style because I always love to keep my big baddies as securing objectives, and there was always a problem with that. They're only 1 model. Well, this guy would be 10 models. So it's something to consider. A Hunter's Snare can allow one of your big baddies to seize and maintain an objective all by himself. If you enjoyed this new style of review, do let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video at all. And of course, you can consider becoming a patron, which will also be in the description below. Patrons allow us to keep going and upgrade our gear and everything else that is involved. And of course, you are then welcome into our Discord channel where we can chat everything hobbies. Thanks for watching. Bye!